Hello, this is Doug Rogers again with Remax Coastal Properties here in beautiful Destin, Florida. And a question I get from condo buyers, they're going to use it as a rental property. Should I self-manage and save some money, or should I hire a professional property manager? And that's a great question, and really the answer is yes. You can make the case either way. So let's look at some questions to consider if you're thinking about maybe self-managing. So first of all, are you local? Most of the people that buy condos in our area are from out of state, not just out of town. They're from out of state. They're from Atlanta, Baton Rouge, Birmingham, Minnesota for some reason. We get a lot of Minnesota. And so if your time zone's away, is it going to make sense for you to try to be the eyes and ears on the ground from that far away? But let's say you retired from the Air Force and you lived in the area and you're taking part of your retirement funds and putting it into investment income producing properties, and you live a mile away from the unit. Well, by all means, if you're local, then that's a big, advantage you have over an investor who's, 3 or 4 states away. So are you in the area, I guess would be the first question. And are you comfortable being the face of the operation? So the renters, they'll call and complain about anything, believe it or not. They'll call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, my neighbor's making noise. Well, you might be in Omaha, Nebraska, so you're literally a ways away. But they'll call you. Are you comfortable being the contact person when there is an issue? And so that's one thing a property manager does, is they take on all of that burden. They take those 2 o'clock in the morning calls. They make a judgment call. Is it reasonable? Is it not reasonable? And then here are the steps to correct it. And sometimes folks will just call you and ask for a discount. It's just ingrained in their psyche or whatever. They'll just call and say, look, on our third night there, it rained. And so we couldn't really, go out with flashlights on the beach. Can you give us $100? We get those type of calls, so it's just, are you comfortable with being the face of the operation? And do you have the capability to fix things? So again, if you're local, there's people that they save a bunch of money, and when the people call and complain about the hot water heater, instead of paying a plumber $200 to come out, they go out and fix it themselves for whatever the cost of the parts are. They have the time to do it and the knowledge, so they just go out and fix it. You save yourself a big invoice. So if you're not local, if you have a relationship with a good plumber, electrician, carpenter, just different tradespeople, then kind of a overall, handyman that you can call, then that certainly helps as well. But if you don't, your professional property manager will. So Doug, you didn't really answer the question. I said, well, that's up to you. That's not up to me, but what's best for your needs. But what I typically do is I have the buyer during escrow talk to a couple of different property management companies. They go over what they offer, what the fees are, and some of why you should go with them versus someone else. If you want to do the professional management, pick one. Use them for a year. As that year's coming to a close, really think about your experience with that company. If it's positive, keep it going. If it's not, call some other companies and say, hey, here was my experience with your competitor. Do you do things the same way or a little different? So, it's really up to the owner how they want to go, if they want to do it themselves or if they want to pay for professional management. But think about these questions. If you have any more or you want some clarification on one of these items, my name again is Doug Rogers, Remax Coastal Properties, 318-613-1994. I look forward to helping you reserve your spot here in paradise.